Alright guys, so welcome back to Neo's Workshop. I'm going to be going over my Team War games once again. Sorry for the late video, just had a few things to do in the morning, so I barely got to do my runs, and then I had to go out of my house. So anyways, let's get to the games real quick. So let's do game number 1. I was able to get some runs in with my alt account, so I did get a tie and then a win. So everything else I got demolished, so let's do these here real quick. Whoops. So this week we did have a lot of legendaries, and that put us in a difficult spot because not everything was going to be leveled to a decent level. But I think we made a pretty good choice on the cards that we actually leveled up and to the level that we got them up to. So we just knew that going in we had to play this very patiently. And some of the opponents that I faced, I could tell that their teams probably made the wrong choice on what cards to level up. So going back to the beginning real quick, again, being very patient, I'm having to let them do some of the charges a few times. You're gonna see that, and you know, I just had to. It was difficult some of the times having no removal cards on what to be able to actually do. Just get a little limited, but the Incan played a really vital role in being able to take out stuff from a distance. That was a mistake, that bomb, by the way. I understand his reason, but and then this time here, that was an Inuit that bit me in the butt, so I had to just sacrifice the carpet, might as well, and still get the blast. Now this was a tactic that I used. I recommend you guys use it as well. The new kid's sab is not gonna kill some of the units that we leveled up, so just be patient and bait the unit for something to be spawned to kill it, and then spawn something else that's gonna take care of that unit. So I would have still gotten the bar, probably, but I think he was gonna get killed before he got that last shot in. So here I was baiting to do the same thing, just waiting for her to go to work and then trying to help her out. And at this point, that's a wrap. Like, I know his cards are not leveled enough, and he's not gonna be able to counter. So, game over. But anyways, guys, use that tactic. Bait the cards. Everything's expensive this deck, this weekend. So, bait those cards and just defend with another powerful legendary. So, let's move on to the next one. All right, so game 2. I think this was the easiest one. I'm pretty sure his cards were really low levels. So, but there was a couple of tactics I wanted to highlight real quick. So, let's see if I think it was here somewhere in the beginning with a Santa. Yeah. Okay. So his levels are already not much of a threat, considering the the levels that I know I have. So I was just waiting, biding my time. Pretty sure that Santa meant that there was a sum coming, so I waited for that to happen, and I don't want him to get another charge, so I just get my my hanky out, get my stand to charge up, and I just wipe the field with that. Then once I saw his levels, I mean, that was gonna be an easy game. Even the little vacuums seemed like a strong unit this weekend. And his level 2 baby just can't really do much. Look at one kick, and the Randy just destroyed that ninja. Anyways, easy game. Let's move on to the next one. So this one I started off a little rough, but I made it up. Ended up with only a 2-bar victory, but I'll take that after having a disconnect again 2 weeks in a row gonna have to stop playing on Wi-Fi again, but anyways. So I made the slight mistake here to try and body block the stand. And then and I was like, oh crap. Once I spawned them, I knew that was gonna happen. I had a really bad feeling. So I'm like, alright. So -2 trade there for me on the energy. So now I gotta make up that ground. So I figured, let me play my Medusa baby. Be a little patient to see what he plays next. I didn't want to use the power bind right away, just because Timmy's not really worth it. So then he played the stand and he played the hanky. So that was the right moment to play that. And then I just wiped the assassin and the Timmy with my Incan. Neutralized the stand. He's not gonna be able to use that charge, so I just get rid of him before he does any more damage to the baby. And then here I got lucky because once this blew up, Incan had already started his animation, and he immediately switched targets. So he was able to finish him off and sacrifice the Incan. So I mean the Kenny, so I don't have to worry about him. So again, I was trying to bait my legendary, but he spawned a baby. So I'm like, let her do as much damage as it can. And then he spawned this. I was kind of hesitant to either spawn my wizard or try to do this, but it backfires. I hesitated for too long. So then I had to use my Kenny to finish her off. And then the level 4 Randy is just destroying the Cardman. So I wanted to make sure that I didn't waste a Kenny. And then the Ninja took it. So now I have my charge right there. But I knew that was coming because I saw that I had cycled the 2 cards that he originally used the cock magic on. So I wasn't too surprised once he used it again on those exact 2 cards. Or at least on the stand. So at that point I knew that he had already spent 6 energy. I had made my ground back on the energy, so I was already on my on the advantage again. So at this point I was just rushing for that that 3rd bar that I wasn't able to get. So and that's one of my favorite things about mind control in Team Wars. No one ever upgrades it, so getting, you know, suffering through the 6 seconds or whatever, it's not that big of a deal. Unless it's used in a really clutch moment, that mind control is kind of, it's kind of whatever. It's not a big threat. So yeah, so that was the 3rd game. Pretty sure if I would have had another 30 seconds or a minute, I would have gotten that 3rd bar. But, alright, so let's move on to my alt account. Alright guys, so this is the last game. The only win I had on my alt account. So, wasn't that big of a deal. It was actually kind of a lucky break that I got. Bit of a glitch that got me the bar, but I mean, that happens. So, I guess it was unfortunate for him. But then again, I lost 3 games, so later. So it evened out, I guess. Anyways, again, starting slow, like I always like to do when I have tanks or any ranged unit that's slow. So, trying to see what he's playing. The Medusa was actually played perfectly timed, and I've been trying to use the bind specifically only for Stan, just because his charge can be pretty strong, pretty game changing. So I did try to do here. I tried to use his Witch Doctor to body block the Stan in order for Hanky to hit them both, because I was counting on Stan locking into Cardman, but it didn't work out that way. So I just had to blast him with a charge. And this is where the lucky break comes. He didn't have that much energy, so he wasted most of it on Santo. And then he hadn't cycled his Kenny. and I was able to get that lucky that bar. Then I tried body blocking him again, the Santa. Let me show you. So I try to use this tactic a lot, especially also with assassins, because if this unit locks onto this unit and then you push him out with the unit you spawned in between them, he's gonna have to cycle around that unit, and the unit in the middle is gonna get 2, maybe 3 hits. So that tactic is good to use with assassins the most, because the assassins will hit really hard and really fast, so they can get about 3 hits before they reach the unit in the back. So keep that in mind. Now here, once I got that first bar, I figured with my levels, looking at his levels, all I had to do was just run the clock. So that's what I tried doing. I think that was the only time I used cock magic this entire weekend. And it was unfortunate that my only level 3 legendary got zapped by the Kenny. Now we're at 45 seconds, right now down the clock. This time I did bind these two just because I'm trying to run the clock down. So I knew that Stan wasn't going to be that big of an obstacle at this point. So I'm just running down the clock. Should have probably thrown the Incan first and then shot the shockwave, but it didn't matter. He was only 30 seconds away. He wasn't gonna get it. So not the most exciting win, but a win nonetheless. But anyways, all right, guys. So final thoughts for the weekend. Very heavy deck. Not all of the legendaries are leveled up well, so play very slow, very patiently, and try to use your cards as efficiently as possible. A big shout out to Rhino, because he draws up the budget, and the rest of the co-leaders, mostly just kind of say yes or no, or the things we disagree with, but he tends to have a really good idea of what the cards that should be leveled should be in the priority. So big shout out to him, because he did propose this loadout and we just kind of went with it. There was only like one minor adjustment. I think it was the Grand Wizard cardment that we did, and so I'm glad that we did, because it would actually helped out quite a bit. So anyways, like I said, play slow and maximize the efficiency of your legendaries that are leveled. Okay, yeah, that's about it, guys. If you guys have any questions or any feedback, it's always appreciated. Any questions are welcomed, and like and subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys next time.